Have you ever had one of those days where you get to the end of the day and realize that you've spent your entire day in meetings and email, and you feel like you haven't moved the needle forward on any projects that actually needed to get done? It's super frustrating, isn't it? Today, let's talk a little bit about what we can do to shift those patterns so we prioritize the most important projects going on at work. When we're not particularly intentional about where we're spending our time, it becomes really easy to just respond to whatever is coming in. A request for a meeting pops up, we're there. Emails that need to be addressed come in and we reply to them. And the consequence of that tends to be that the things that really need to be worked on, the projects that need to be moved forward, get stalled. We don't feel the same sense of satisfaction because we don't feel we've really accomplished much in our day. And the days feel very repetitive, discussing again and again what we're going to work on without having ever had a chance to focus on our projects. There's times where this is more frequent than others. And with the current crisis going on, everyone's stress levels are a bit higher. It's more likely that we're falling into these types of reactive patterns. Now imagine if you're a team member, you're an employee experiencing this, that you're having demands from your boss to jump into last-minute meetings and emails, and you don't feel that you can say no to those meetings, but you also aren't moving the projects that you're responsible for forward. It's really frustrating. So it's important both for yourself as a leader to carve out time into your schedule to focus on things outside of these meetings and emails. It's also important to allow your team members to do the same thing. My single biggest tip, which is so simple and yet sometimes so hard to implement, is to sit down at the beginning of your week, or if you book your schedule 2 weeks in advance, sit down before you book anything else into that agenda. Schedule in the time that is your time to get the work done that you need to be focusing on for your business. Make sure you're focusing on your top priorities here. Or if you're a team leader or in a leadership position, making sure you're focusing on the top tasks that need to be focused on with your team to move the needle forward. Make sure you leave space, of course, for meetings and responding to emails. But if you prioritize booking in the time that is for your projects, I promise you, you will only be able to take so many meetings. You'll only be able to respond to so many emails. And what's going to happen is, by natural selection, the less important tasks are going to fall to the wayside. So instead of filling your time with less important tasks because they happen to be the next thing coming in on your agenda, try to focus on the priority tasks first, and then fill the rest of the time with those less important tasks. I promise you, it'll help you and your team members bring projects to fruition a lot faster and with a lot less frustration.